Welcome to P6 online learning with Srisavit School. All lessons are taken from the Family and Friends Class Book 6 and Workbook 6. Hello everybody, welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to learn about negative sentences and questions in the past perfect tense. So I'd like you to look in your class book, Unit 8, page 79. Let's start with Professor and Chip, which is at the top of page 79.
Listening 72. Listen and read. What do Chip and Professor want to know?
How did the Egyptians build the pyramids? How did they get all those big stones there? Had they invented trucks and trains before they built the pyramids?
No, they hadn't invented trucks and trains before they built the pyramids. I don't know how they built them. But I have an idea. This contains information on all the history of the world. Let's test it. What is the biggest pyramid in Egypt?
The answer is the Great Pyramid of Khufu.
Wow! How did the Egyptians build the pyramids?
The answer is not known.
Oh, well, some things we'll never know.
And what did Professor and Chip want to know? They wanted to know how the pyramids were built back in ancient Egypt. Okay, in that story, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a past perfect negative sentence and a past perfect question. The past perfect negative sentence was they hadn't invented trucks and trains before they built the pyramids. And as we know, hadn't is a contraction. It's a short way of saying had not. And the past perfect question in the story was, had people invented trucks and trains before they built the pyramids? And it's important to remember that past perfect negative sentences always have had not, hadn't, and the past participle or verb 3. And our example sentences, John hadn't been to New York before. Hadn't plus been, which is the past participle of the verb go. Past perfect questions will always start with had, plus the subject of the sentence, plus the past participle. Had Jane finished her homework when you arrived at her house? Well, it starts with had. We then have the subject, and the subject is the person or the thing which the sentence is about, and this sentence is about Jane, so she is the subject. And then we have finished, which is the past participle of the verb finish. Had Jane finished her homework when you arrived at her house? Now, I'd like you to do exercise 3 on page 79, where you have to complete the questions using the past perfect. All the sentences will start with had, and you have a verb in bracket which you must put into the past participle or verb 3. Don't forget your irregular verb list in your workbook on page 135. Use that to help you. Okay, now I'd like you to do exercise 4 on page 79, where you have to write negative sentences in the past perfect. Each sentence contains a verb which you have to put into the past participle and also some words to help you complete the sentence. So, just to recap, past perfect negative sentences and questions. Negative sentences will always have had not or hadn't and verb 3 or the past participle of the verb. We hadn't visited Spain before we went last week, and he hadn't seen the film before he saw it last night. And past perfect questions will always begin with had, then the subject, and then the past participle of the verb or verb 3. Had you visited Spain before you went last week? Had he seen the film before he saw it last night? Okay, that's all from today's lesson. There is a worksheet that goes with this lesson to help you practice what you've learned. Keep practicing your English, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Bye.